Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about October Halloween goodness, all things fall and what I love to do around that time of the year, my faves. So definitely grab a cup of coffee, cocoa, tea, whatever, peanuts, and sit down and enjoy the vid. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video with your friends, your family, anybody that you know. And definitely stay tuned. So, what do I like doing around this time of the year? Everything basically slows down and cools down. So what do you usually do? You're inside watching a movie or watching a TV show that you love. So for me, I have a lot of old Disney Channel movies that I really enjoy watching. For example, Don't Look Under the Bed is a favorite. Can of Worms is another one. Tower of Terror. I'm gonna rattle off a whole bunch that I'm sure a lot of people won't know, or maybe some of you will know. What else do we have? Under Wraps, the one that had the mummy. Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. All of those just have such a warm, comfy feeling, and that's something that I love popping in every time around this time of the year to enjoy with some kind of goody munchy that I'll talk about a little later. Next will be TV shows, and that again just falls under the Disney platform. I'm like a serious Disney baby, grew up on it. So the TV shows that they used to have with the main storyline or the main plot line of it would be, the Halloween special or whatever. And I'd have to rattle off Even Stevens. They had this whole episode with eyeballs and how people didn't believe Lewis, and I think it was all a dream if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Even Stevens is definitely up there. I try to make sure that I watch that every season, every year, because it's just so good. Another one would be the Lizzie McGuire episode, where it was really concentrated on the Day of the Dead, the Mexican Day of the Dead, where they got Kate, and I'm not going to ruin the storyline, but everybody was kind of in on it. Miranda's parents were in on it as well. So that's another favorite. Proud Family. Hello. She got her dad's snack, and crazy things happen with Little Romeo. If you guys don't know who Little Romeo is, then look him up. Google's there. Okay? Movies that are not necessarily on Disney would be Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter. It has to deal with the mystics, the magic, the spookiness. I love the Addams Family, Casper, right? All of those things. You guys know what I'm getting from with that? Spooky but not gross. I'm not somebody who relishes or enjoys crazy, gory films, but I can definitely keep my eyes open for spooky things, and somewhat suspenseful as well. But if you're talking about chopping off heads and brains and guts are coming out at me in front of the camera, I can't watch a movie like that. I just don't see any point to it. Not saying that they're not enjoyable for other people, but for me, I personally just love my spooky, like Goosebumps, for example. Goosebumps, they had it airing on Netflix, and you were able to watch the entire series. That is completely eerie and makes you kind of think. It feels like you're falling into a black hole of creepiness. So my favorite episode in Goosebumps has to be the one with Carly Beth. Basically, this young girl, she is being bullied all the time, and she wants her outfit to be the scariest for the year. So, of course, she goes into a Halloween shop and finds this grotesque mask to put on, and later on in the episode, she just can't take it off. So there goes your problem with the Goosebumps. You feel like you're suffocating, and how is she going to get out of this? So I'll let you guys, try to find that one as well. Other favorites, and I'm just kind of mixing the movies and the TV shows together because they're all, film. Another favorite would be The Nightmare Before Christmas. Classic. Corpse Bride. Another classic. I think I mentioned The Addams Family. That's another really good one. Beetle Juice. Anything that has to do with the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, they just knew how to hit it on the dot with a spook factor. You know what I mean? So it's like, ooh, what's going on here? The other one that I really enjoyed has been The Witches. It is with Angelica Huston. She's the one who's in The Addams Family. So I guess that woman is kind of very Elvira-esque. So they kind of use her for those kind of creepy films. So The Witches is another freaky one. And another one, it would have to be Hocus Pocus. So Hocus Pocus, it basically has to deal with this boy who lights this black wick candle, and he unleashes these three sister witches who wreak havoc on this small town. There's music in it. Jessica Parker is in it. The mom from Make It or Break It is in it, as well as Bette Midler. So that was a lot of fun, and it has music in it, so I think a lot of people enjoy that. It's good stuff. Now, another one that I wanted to segue to was Halloween is cool. Halloween Town. So Halloween Town has to deal with this family of witches and warlocks, because a male witch is a warlock. They basically travel to this dimension, which is Halloween Town, and they find a whole bunch of different mythical and realistic, because it does come to fruition. They find a whole bunch of different animals and creatures there, from goblins to witches to warlocks to ghosts to zombies. They have a whole bunch of different kind of people there, and each chapter, because it has been 4 movies, has a different villain, and they're just a whole lot of fun. The next couple of things I want to talk to you about are a couple other shows that I watch as well that have that spooky factor almost in every single episode, and that would be Psych. Psych is starring James Roday and Dule Hill, and it's just a hilarious show that just has a Scooby-Doo kind of feeling. They solve crimes, and it just always has a little creepy, spooky factor. So that's another one that I love watching around this time of the year. And what I was so happy to find out about this year is that Psych is coming back with a movie in December, I believe. So I'm excited to look at that, and can't wait for that to come up. You know, I'm gonna have my popcorn and my beer or whatever when I'm watching that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope there's singing involved as well, like the last musical they did. I also really enjoy Charm. Charm has to deal with these 3 sister witches again, who are not solving crime, excuse me. They're basically vanquishing demons and saving innocents. So that show I've been watching since I was yay high, and it's a lot of fun as well. Spooky factor in most episodes. And another show that I really love enjoying around this time of the year for fall, and even Halloween, because there are certain scary goosebumpy episodes, would be Ghost Whisperer. That one has Jennifer Love Pfeffy. If any of you guys know what I'm talking about the Boy Meets World episode, and then there was Sean. Creeped me out as a child, but I knew I would love it and revisit it from time to time because it's so good. So that is another amazing show. Ghost Whisperer, she basically sees dead people, and she just tries to cross them over to a different, to their afterlife where they belong, which is the light, which we would consider heaven. So that's a nice, spooky, wrap yourself up, candle kind of blankety show. It's just a warm, sweet show, and it really gets you in that mood for the season for sure. Another movie that just popped into my head that I really enjoy this time of the year is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Hello! Just go look it up, and you'll see all of this info will be in the description below, just if you're curious of what I'm talking about. Every last thing that I mentioned hits it on the dot, I promise you that. And one last show that I did want to talk about is X-Files. I've been watching the show religiously for the past couple of months, and I love it. I've known of it, of course, since the 90s, but I've really gotten into it this year, and I'm trying to finish the entire show. That show has the spook factor in it, the conspiracy theory, but it also just has that nice warm, grab a blanket and grab your snack. It's time to watch some kind of creepy-esque story develop on television for you. So X-Files would be my last thing that I'd be mentioning in regards to film. And I'm sure there's plenty others that I didn't mention. So if you guys have also certain films or TV shows that you love that you want to recommend to me, feel free to put them down below. I'm always looking for a good TV show. I watch a lot of TV. Now, you can't watch your spooky Halloweeny movies or TV shows without a good snack. Am I right? I think I'm right. A good snack would be popcorn covered in caramel. You have your peanuts, your spiced coffee, your cocoa. I actually picked up a few items from Ross that I wanted to share with you guys, and I know they're delicious because those are things that I've been eating as well for years. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my first thing here. Okay, so I have the Knott's Berry Farm bite-sized cookies from, they have the apricot flavor, apricot. Here they are. They're just such soft, flaky cookies, and they just are delicious. And the box is orange as well, so, you know, it's fall. So that's delicious. And they're just bite-sized, so you just pop them in your mouth all the time. The next thing that I do have is the Pyroline. They're a Belgian-made snack, for sure, I know that. And it's just this chocolate hazelnut, you know, wafer cookie that's cylindrical, and it's just so delicious. You just pop them in your mouth, pretend you're smoking a pipe, do as you wish, and they're just so fall for me. And you can have that with some cocoa, you know, warm that up, maybe put a little ginger in there. Really good. Okay. These I also got from Ross. They're just a cookie selection. They have different assorted biscuits and wafers, and they just, I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. So yeah, here they are. These are things I'm sure everybody has nibbled on, even if it's not from this specific brand, but these are so good. These, yeah, they even have chocolate covered pretzels. Like I mentioned earlier, caramel covered popcorn is a must for this time, because you have caramel covered apples, you have caramel ice cream, you have your caramel in your apple pies. Just caramel is, it means fall. That's what it means. So we have another one that I picked up here, Moose Munch. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to eating that. Maybe I'll share, maybe I won't. Another one here that just seems so appropriate is by Ghirardelli. It's a white chip macadamia nut. I really do like Pepperidge Farm as well. I just don't have that here in the video, but that's another delicious snack. Milano cookies, the Brussels ones, there's Tahoe, and there's assorted. Here it is, the white chip macadamia nut. So if they're done by Ghirardelli, you know it's good. You know it's good. And these are, I feel like these are also Christmassy cookies, but they can definitely be appropriate for the fall as well. For Thanksgiving, for Halloween. These are just kind of something that you eat October 1st until you party, until the new year kind of thing. These cookies are just, you know, everybody probably has had these. These are the Royal Danish ones, the assorted butter cookies. Yeah, butter cookies. Here they are. And I also picked up some caramel sauce from Ross, really cheap, and it's from Ghirardelli as well. Good stuff. You can put that over your apple pie, your vanilla ice cream, on your cookie, or on your actual apples that you cut up for a snack or something like that. You can definitely dip those in that. You can put that on your coffee, your chocolate milk. You can do a lot with apple butter. You can just straight up, I mean, caramel sauce. You can just straight up drink it if you want right out of the bottle. Another thing that I've been enjoying a lot this time of the year is getting my nails done and matching it to the season's colors. So basically I would get either like a deep orange, pumpkin-y kind of color, or maybe like a red, deep purples like oxblood. So that's also something you love to do, that I personally love to do, matching the holiday time. So I really enjoy a lot of the fall aromas. So what I've been doing is investing in candles for the season, as well as lotions and things like that. My favorite one that I've recently been introduced to was called it's called Sweet Pumpkin Cinnamon by Bath and Body Works. And again, I'll link everything down below. Another thing that I really want to get into that I have not been able to do in the past is going out to get different fruits and things to carve out and use as food. So pumpkin patches, I really want to go out to a pumpkin patch so that I can carve my very own Halloween scary figurine And another thing would be apple picking. Going to an apple orchard or a peach orchard would be awesome, so you can use the freshest things to go ahead and make your homemade apple pie, or just so you can eat it, dunk it in your caramel Ghirardelli sauce that I bought at Ross. So that's another thing that I kind of regret that I haven't been able to do yet, but there's still plenty of time. The one thing that I have done and have regretted is going on the Tower of Terror. Yeah, the movie is amazing, and you know, it's paying homage to, you know, the Tower of Terror, and even kind of the Haunted Mansion, which is another favorite movie. I don't think I mentioned that one. Is going on the Tower of Terror. I think it was called MGM Studios. I don't know what you call it today. I went on that ride once when I was maybe like 12. Hated it. Cried. And then a few years later, I went back to the same place. I was like, it wasn't that bad. I mean, how hysterical could I have been? I got into the thing and regretted it again. And I cried. Like, it was the worst. So that may be the worst thing that has, in regards to like a hall, in regards to like a fall activity, the Tower of Terror is something that I will never, ever do again. The last thing that I really enjoy this season is music. I love listening to music in general, but for fall, I have like a specific Halloween fall list that just gets your creep on, you know? So that is something that I'm going to be linking down in the description box below. Just a few different artists and various sounds and different music that I completely love enjoying. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Me recounting my fall and Halloween stories and what I like to do during this time of the year. Please feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll definitely read them and implement them in my own fall things in the future. So thanks again for watching.